Hi everybody, Ryan Jaso here with Frank Dries from Brilliance LED, and we're going to go over Brilliance Metal Works. This is actually the very first time I'm seeing any of the fixtures. I've heard a lot of good things about them, so I'm excited to see them. And let's go ahead and start with the pathway lights. Let's see what you got.
Let's do it. So here you have, this is our 7-inch pathway light. It has an adjustable stem on it as well. There you go. So this is actually our Sequoia series. We've named everything after the national parks. So everything in this box will have a national park name. As you can see, Ryan is taking apart the top hat there. All these pieces are replaceable. So if anything were to happen to them, you can easily purchase these from Brilliance or from your distributor. Everything is CNC machined in the US and Arizona from US metals, brass, and copper.
And we got an adjustable stem here too. Yep. So it comes with the option of getting an adjustable stem.
Absolutely. So that you can adjust that between 14 and 24 inches. So based on what you guys like, how to design, whatever you design in the landscape lighting, you can do that. Again, all these pieces are replaceable. What you see here, this is all solid glass and all CNC machined brass here.
And I think this is cool.
Yeah,
this
so
actually comes out.
Absolutely. So this come out of the top hat. So this is a polymer plastic that we've put on the bottom of our top hat. This is 10% more reflective than any powder coat or paint in the market. So you're going to get a really nice light output using this. And these were tested for heat as well, and they didn't warp or crack or yellow or anything like that. They also can be easily taken off and cleaned.
Taken off, cleaned, or just replaced. For whatever reason you can't clean.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is cool. And one thing, they've actually used a high temp socket. I'm sure you can't see it, but they've used a high temp socket inside of these pathways. That I know that when moisture gets in on your typical socket, you'll have that flaking and it'll start to fall apart. Yep. These are all high temp waterproof sockets where I don't know that you'll ever see a failure.
Absolutely.
On these. So that's cool. That's cool. So you also have this in a 4-inch top, and you have it in a different color.
Absolutely. So this is the Zion. This is the 4-inch top hat. Again, every piece on this top hat is replaceable as well. And this is our standard 18-inch stem that you can get. So this color that you're seeing here, this is actually a black acid. So what happens here is you take the brass and it gets dipped in an acid and you get this color. So this is not a powder coat or a paint of any sort. This is literally dipped in acid. And what it does is it kind of speeds up the patina process to give you this nice black color that you have here that you can see.
Yeah,
so
that's a cool color.
Yep.
And obviously you have the two color options, the copper and that acid in our uplights.
Correct. So this is the Denali Series. So this is our uplight. He's got the black acid in his hand. This is the solid copper in my hand.
We'll pop these things open. Sorry, heavy. They're heavy.
They're heavy. That's what happens when you have CNC machine stuff.
Spring loaded, so you're bringing the LED all the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
So we're actually getting the true beam spread.
Correct.
I know I've got a number of people who like the fixed socket, but if you're really a true designer, you need that full beam spread.
Yes, sir.
This makes a big difference on the spring loaded.
And of course, all of these things, the same goes with the path lights, CNC machined, brass and copper, US metals, in our factory in Arizona, so it's all made in the US. The top is glass. This ring is also CNC machined. This whole piece can be replaced if anything were to happen to them. Again, another important feature of this, especially for us Florida guys or anyone where it rains a lot, when you put the sleeve over the top here, if you look in there, it never actually meets completely all the way around. So what you'll have is if any water were to get in here, if you were to have this up here like this, and any water were to get in here, it's not going to pool, it's just going to drip out of here. So you're never going to have any water pooling in here at all.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Another big thing is that I'd like to point out would be our knuckles.
The knuckles are nice.
So the knuckles are CNC machined also, as well as you can see. They have an easy knob to turn. The biggest difference between our knuckles and maybe some of the other knuckles is these will give you about 22 different points of articulation. So you guys that are out there designing these jobs, you have 22 different points to actually get exactly what you're looking for and put that light source exactly where you want it.
Yeah, your typical fixture have 10?
About 10 or 11 points. Yeah, about 10 or 11 points where these are 22. Yeah. So that's a big difference. in the design aspect as well.
Yeah, big difference. And you also have that in an MR11, right?
We do. MR11, basically the same thing. All CNC machine, knuckle CNC machine, same 22 points of articulation, just a smaller version of what we already got on the table right there.
Yeah, cool. Let's get into a couple of the more niche fixtures.
Okay.
We'll start wherever you want to start.
Sure. So this is the Bryce series. So this is our hanging pendant light, as you can see.
That looks like every other hanging pendant light I've ever seen.
It does. It absolutely does. But we've gone with a double contact bayonet lamp instead of a bipin. So in case you do have any of the swinging or the wind or anything like that, you're not going to have to go searching for your little lamp that just fell out.
Yeah.
This actually goes in very nice and it's in place. No matter what I do, that lamp's not coming out.
No. That's a nice socket and a really nice feature. When I saw that, I was a little skeptical about it, but I definitely see why that it was done that way.
Yeah.
That makes
done with purpose.
Yep, understood. What else do we have in the niche series?
Niche series. So this is going to be the Ozark. So I know this was something you were excited
about. That was
about.
the first thing that I saw, and I thought that was cool.
So the Ozark, we're calling this a soft accent light. It's a wall wash, basically the same thing. So a couple key points about this. Again, your knuckle, 22 points of articulation. Anything that we have a knuckle on is going to have 22 points of articulation every 10 degrees. So, cool thing about this is, this has one of our Brilliance LED light bars inside here, right here, the small one. So, but if anything were to happen to this light source, you can easily unscrew these two Allens, pull this out, splice it, put a new one in, and you've replaced the lamp. You don't have to go out and dig this up and put a new one in the ground. It took you a whole 5 minutes.
So right this second, only available in a powder-coated aluminum, correct? But brass is coming?
Brass is coming, and actually should be very soon that brass is coming. So right now, like Ryan said, powder-coated aluminum brass is on its way. We also have a double bright one also, which will, instead of having a 2.5 watt output, we'll have about a 3.5 watt output for those guys that want a little bit more light out of this one.
And I know a lot of people in our neck of the woods shy away from aluminum for good reason, but if you have a good powder coat on something, it will last. It will last just as long, if not longer, than a brass or a copper.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I agree.
I'm sure we don't have, these are brand new, so I can't say that this has been out in the yard for 15 years next to a dock somewhere and still has its shine. I can't say that, but from what I can tell, every feature here is high end, and I'm sure that the powder coating is no different.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What else do we got in our sort of niche series?
So we're going to this is our Cascade Length. So this is actually a step light. It's actually got no back box. So there's no need to core drill into anything to get it in there. This is a flush mounted. Again, you'll see one of our medium sized light bars in there. Again, can be easily replaced with removing these two screws, removing the light bar, splicing, and putting a new one in. Also coming in a powder coated aluminum right now, but brass is on its way, just like the last one as well. So this is another one of our niche lights that we have coming out.
Yeah. Now onto one that I believe is actually named the niche light.
This one is actually named the niche light. Yes.
So that one's not named after a national park.
This one's not.
Okay.
No. Unless you guys know of a niche park somewhere.
I don't. So looks like this guy's just your EcoStar series where somebody waterproofed it.
So it's a 3 watt EcoStar G4 bipin that's been sealed off and put in, encapsulated basically, and given a 10-foot lead. Now this is completely waterproof. It's IP68 rated. So it can go in any kind of small water feature, any small water fountain, or maybe in a statue of some sort. Basically, this lamp was created because contractors came to Brilliance and said, I'd like a light source that I can put anywhere. This is that light source.
Yeah.
So with this, use your imagination, guys.
Yeah.
This can go in a lot of different places where you never thought you could put light.
Yeah, very cool. And hoping, I'll put in a word, we want colors.
Colors.
2700K is great. Don't get me wrong, that'll cover, what, 8 out of 10 applications.
Yep.
But hopefully we'll be able to get this in colors too, because in those water features and those water fountains where you're going to slip it in a pond, something like that, with some colors would be really nice. The one thing that you don't have is the mini beam, right?
The mini beam I don't have is the only product I don't have with me.
I should be able to actually throw up a spec sheet on that so people can see what the mini beam is. Similar concept.
Solid brass though, very small, squared. And it will be another underwater IP68 rated lamp as well.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yep.
Finally, let's take a quick look at the ground stake before we get out of here. First thing I noticed, it's plastic, which is great. It's a good looking plastic ground stake. But you got some heavy fixtures here. So what are they planning on doing about offering this in a more heavy-duty version?
So we're going to have two different versions that I'm aware of. We're going to have another plastic one that's going to be a little, kind of, the word I'm looking for is burlier. So it's going to be a little wider, a little bigger. And we're going to have an aluminum option too. So it's going to be an option when you order your lamps, when you order these fixtures. It's going to have an option of either the aluminum one or the plastic one, whichever you want to go with. So those will be out shortly, but we are in the works of putting something a little bit more heavy duty to go with these heavy duty fixtures in the ground.
Because they are heavy duty. So that concerned me when I saw this, that, you know, it'll certainly hold up some of the lights. But also
to note, this is also our tree bracket for right now. If you want to use one of these as a downlight, which we can do as well, we will have another much nicer, easier tree bracket coming out where the contractor will be, all he has to do is basically hook it into place.
Okay.
And it's very simple to use. So that's another thing that we're working on as well to make it easier for these guys to get their lighting done.
So we can also use this as a downlight too, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're not worried about water getting in. And
sealed on both sides.
Great.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good information. Well, I'm glad that, Frank, you were able to make it down here. Like I said, I've always appreciated the relationship we've had with Brilliance.
Absolutely, we appreciate you.
These guys have been fantastic with LEDs. You guys know Brilliance product, and we appreciate the relationship. We appreciate him coming down. Thanks for the time and talking me through all this stuff, Frank.
Thank you for having me.
All right, buddy.